Hello guys, welcome back to the uh, full stack web development course. In this course, particularly we are now dealing with the users page. Actually, we have done the users page, but we have missed one thing. It's like I have to mention here the users because we are in the users page. So we will go to the code. We will go to the first page like where we have used the left sidebar, and in here before using, I think we don't need these things because I have done these things to check the path. If the path has something like after it has some id, I thought to detect that, but we don't want to do that. We can use the same trick what we have done in the questions page. How we have accessed that questions page, we can write a special component for that, and we can uh, route that particular path to that particular uh, component in the all routes page. We will do that eventually in this lecture. First we will be having an h1 lecture with it says users. So now we will go here. We can see here is the users. Now we will just give a margin top for this to be lower than everything. So we will just give here a style which is gonna be equals to an array, and in here we'll just give a margin top which is going to be equals to 50 px. We'll just try to give that and we'll see what the thing is going to happen. So I think we don't need this colon semicolon because we will be just using that in the css. So now you see here we got some space in the top. So as the same like in the app we have deployed already. So now we got so I think we don't want to give almost 50 px. We can just give like 30 px. We'll see now how it looks. So now it is okay, and we'll just reduce the weight of this font, which is going to be equals to font weight, which is going to be equals to 400. We'll reduce to 400. Now it may looks cool now, and we got all the users in here. So now we will concentrate on this specific individual profile, user profile page. Now as soon as I click that, you can see we have routed to that specific link. So here I think so we have to add an yes, so that here we have already given as users, and after I clicking this avatar I have to route to the same like here it is simply as users, but I have to say like users slash and the specific id of that particular current user. So we will do that once again now. So we will go here. So in here we have just given a path like, so here we will just add an extra s. Now we will open the navbar now. So in here we got the navbar jsx. In here we will just scroll down, and here we will be just having the avatar, and here we got the link. So here we will just say, here we will just add a backtick, and this backtick I think has to be enclosed in curlies. So I have wrongly given an int, that's why everything is going on. So now we have given that. So here we will just format the id. So we will use, in here we will just pass user dot result dot underscore id. We will just use the optional selector. So if the variable is not available, it won't show any error in our application. So this is nothing with the user. So in here now we will just go to the browser to see that. Now as soon as I click this icon, we will just see users, so an extra s is also added. So now we will go back, and now if I click this avatar, you can see we are also routed to users slash we got the entire id. So now we will concentrate on this particular users page. So now what we can do, we will close everything. Now we will go to the src. In here in the pages we will create another folder called user profile. In here we'll just create a file called user profile .jsx. In here we'll be just first having an array of ce. So first we will route to the specific user profile. So we'll just first give an h1 tag to uh, indicate that we are in the user profile page. Okay, now we can do it many times, and now we will just give all routes page. In here we have to import the user profile. This is from pages slash user profile slash user profile, and in here we have to change the element as user profile component, and the path is also user profile. Sorry, the path is not user profile, the path is users slash colon id. So this is nothing but path. Now if we go to the browser, so our user profile is now live, so we can edit in that particular thing. So we will just close this all routes. In here let me get rid of everything, and first we will be just giving a class name first of all with an home, sorry, home dash container dash one. So in here first we will be having left sidebar like in every videos, and then first we will import this left sidebar. We'll come here, we will import left sidebar from dot slash components slash left sidebar slash left sidebar, like so. And in here we will be having another div with home dash container dash 2, and inside that we will be having specifically first we will be having a section tag. In that we will be having a div dot user dash details dash container, like so, and we will just give an enter. In that we will be having a div, and we will just give a div with a class name which is gonna be user dash details. So we have given the class name now, and then we will just say avatar and in here avatar is nothing but a component which we have written earlier. So first we have to import this avatar as of now, so we will just try to import that. Import avatar from loadout slash components slash avatar. We will give an enter, and in here we will just give a value which is going to be equals to so first we have to get the current profile. So if we are, so let me just consider this. So you can see the sidebar is in the user profile page. Now it's like we will go to the users page. First of all we will just go to the users page. So the users page has nothing, it shows like that. So it has nothing in the users page, so there's something wrong in the all routes. We'll go there. So in here I have left this users page, so we will just write another time. So now users page is also here. So what we can do, so here's just a bit of rearrangement to make everything clear. So now we will go in here, so we are inside the users page now. So if I just click this Manoj Kumar, so I am inside the Manoj Kumar's profile, or if I just give Kumar, I am inside Kumar's profile. So I have to get the specific Manoj Kumar's data in here to display his data, or I have to get Kumar's data to display his data in his profile. So how would we do that? So what we can do, we will be having an entire array of users. From that we can shortlist the user with this specific ID. So we will match this ID with that specific user. The same thing which we have done in the questions page, we match the we take the bunch of questions, in that we match the ID with the URL's ID. So the same thing we are going to do, we will match the ID with the URL ID here also. So we will go here, close the all routes, and in here first we have to get the current profile. Current profile is the profile which we are already in. So first we will get the users from the users reducer, like which we used in the previous structure. So users is going to be equals to use selector, shit, use selector of state, sorry, we have to import this selector, I think so. In here we will just import that, import use selectors from redux func, sorry, react redux. So now here's a callback function which allows us to select the specific state, which is in this case is nothing but user slash reducer. So we have selected the users reducer. Now users has an array of objects. The objects are nothing but the entire users details of all the users. So we have to shortlist, we have to pick the specific user from this users array. So what we can do, we can do const current profile, which is going to be equals to users dot, I'm just going to filter out the specific user. So we will just pass the parameter here as user. User is nothing but each and every element of this users array. So we will select each and every element, and we will select the ID in that specific. We will take that ID in of a specific element, and we will compare it with the URL ID. So the URL ID, we have to declare the URL ID, which is going to be nothing but const ID, which is going to be equals to use params. So use params is being imported in here. Let me just move it up. So use params has been imported. So we are just getting that from the use params, so ID. So we are just comparing it with the use params. So let me console log what the current profile is of now. Console.log of current profile. So now we will go to the web page. So we are inside a profile now. We will go to the inspect element. In there we will go to the console log. In here we do got an array. So this array contains the data of Manoj Kumar. So if we go to the profiles page and if we go to the Kumar, so we got another array. If we see that, so in this array you can see this is nothing but Kumar's details. If we go, click this avatar is nothing but Manoj Kumar's. We have logged in as Manoj Kumar. So if I click this avatar, so now here we got a new array which is nothing but the Manoj Kumar's profile. So this is how we can filter out the specific ID which we need, specific profile which we need. So we can access data through this array now. So now we will go to specific page like users.kumar Manoj Kumar. In here now we will just remove this spare console log. We don't need that especially. And now what we gonna need, we gonna also need the current user is nothing but me. So if I, so let me just comment this so to explain. So we go to the users page. In here we got Manoj Kumar as well as Kumar. If I go to Kumar's page, so this profile is not my profile because I have logged in as Manoj Kumar. But if this Manoj Kumar page is not my page, this is, sorry, this is my page because I have logged in as Manoj Kumar. So that's what we have to differentiate, which profile is mine as well as which is not mine. So Kumar is not mine, my profile, and Manoj Kumar is my profile. So I have to differentiate. To differentiate this, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the current user from the current user reducer. So current user is going to be use selector of, we're just going to have state, and it allows us to select the current user reducer. So we select this current user now, and so this this is the profile which I have clicked, and this is the profile which I have logged in. So there's a difference between both of current profile as well as current user. So then now we will start the JSX now. So in here the value is gonna be, values could be current profile optional selector name dot caret, which gives the caret of 0 gives the first letter of the thing name, and 2 uppercase makes that capital. So we will call this function. And second, we just going to give a background color of purple, and then the text color which is gonna be of black. So we can give white also. Since purple is a bit of dark, we can just give a white so it may look punchy, and we can just have a font size which could be 50 px, and px could be 40 px. So px is nothing but the padding on left and right. So here we can just give 40 px, and py is nothing but padding top and bottom. Here we can give 30 px. The font size we have already given as 50 px. Now we will see the avatar. So we will go inside Manoj Kumar. Here it shows error because, wait. So what we can do, we can just make this avatar as a self-closing tag. So we will remove this thing. We will just make everything in single line. So now we will just try to refresh. It also shows an error. So we will go to the avatar component, because I have written this avatar component many days ago. I couldn't remember the thing. So it's like I didn't give a value as a prop, I just gave children as a prop. So what I can do, I can just remove this value, and instead of giving this as a self-closing tag, I can just give a open and a closing tag separately, and in between I can give this value as current profile dot name dot caret dot uppercase. So it may give something to me. So let me refresh now. It also shows an error, so we will see what the thing we are missing: the background color, pxp, white color, border radius, font size, and cursor. Cursor, okay. Font size we have given. they are given the font size and PYPX. Okay, background color also okay. I think is there any type of background color? Shows it couldn't read the property of caret, which means the name is empty. It's supposed to think like the name is empty. So we'll just see the inspect element to get any idea. Oh, let me console log the current profile now. Console dot log of current profile. So we'll go in here. So it didn't give any profile for me. So what we can do, we will just remove everything. We will go to user. Sorry, there's no page called user. I think so. Users page. In here, we will just go to Manoj Kumar. So it shows an error. So here is the console login thing. Here, the thing is name. So I have selected the name. Then why it shows the error? Oops, I forgot one thing. So in here you can see current profile is an array. You can see current profile is an array. We have to select the first object in that. So to select that, we can just give a square bracket of 0, which is nothing but indexing in array. So now you can see a huge avatar in here. So eventually we will style this. Don't worry as of now. So first we will try to continue, and then we will just have another div tag with a class of user dash name, and in that we will be having an h1 tag. In here we will just displaying current profile dot name. Sorry. So we have given the name now. So the next thing what we're gonna do, we will just see how to use font awesome icon. So I have already told how to use font awesome icon, but I didn't tell how to directly implement it in React. So we'll just go to font awesome. So we don't want to even go to this, we can just directly implement it in here. So first we have to install 3 dependencies in order to use font awesome icons. So we will install that. So here we will just say cd client first, because we have to install it inside the client side, and we will just say yarn add space, we have to import for at photoism slash react slash photoism, and then the second thing we have to install is nothing but add add for, this is nothing but a package to integrate it with React, and this package at photoism slash free solid svg icons, which contains all the icons for us. And the third package is nothing but it gives svg core items, which just used to display the icon. So now we will just give an enter. So we will install these 3 things in order to use font awesome icons directly in React. So we don't want to install it and put it inside the assets page. so we don't want to do some things like that. So now it has been installed. We will go to this terminal and we will just close this. So now how we can actually use font awesome icons. So we can do it by, first we have to import few things, nothing but import font awesome icon from at fort awesome slash react font awesome, because this package is used to bind font awesome with react. So that's what we have imported here. If we have to do an a capital A font awesome icon. So and the next thing we have to import, which is nothing but the svg icon which is we are going to use. So if you enter like fa birth, sorry, fa birthday cake, this is going to be the icon which we are going to use. So the c is nothing but capital, and we are also going to import it from at fort awesome slash free solid svg icons. So now how it could be use it in here. So we can just say inside the p tag we can just say, sorry, we can just have a component in here like font awesome. It's gonna have an icon prop which is gonna be equals to fa birthday with cake which we have imported. Font awesome icon, I think so, yes it is font awesome icon, and that's it. So now if we see here, you can see here is a birthday icon, birthday cake icon. So this is how we can import our font awesome in here. So let me cancel this console log, and also after this icon I'm just going to say member for, here we have to format the joined on time. So we have to format the date. So the date is, goes like this. We have to use moment of, we have to pass the date like current profile optional selector dot joined on dot from now, which is nothing but the moment function to be used from now. So now let me import. So here it shows another something which is nothing relevant to us. So here we have to use moment, I think so. So moment we have to import it now. So what we can do, we will go here, we'll just say import moment from moment. So we'll just give an enter. So I think this to be inside string. So we will refresh. Now we have to see some magic, but it shows error. Okay. Object with keys like UTC objects are not valid as a reaction. So current profile is the spelling correct? Yes. Joined on, just nothing but a string. So is the spelling correct for joined on? Yes. And then the function we want to use is from now. This is also correct, but the moment has to be closed in here. I forgot to close the moment, so we have to close the moment which gives the date for us, and then from now which calculates the time for us. So you can see here Manoj Kumar is a member for 8 days. So this is how we can use uh, so instead like member for 8 days ago, this doesn't make a proper sentence. We have to leave it as members for 8 days, but since it shows ago, we can just put something like John joined 8 days ago. We can say like that, something like that. So instead of member for, we can just name it as joined 8 days ago, which may give a proper meaning for the sentence. So joined 8 days ago, which gives a proper meaning. So that's it. Now we have done with some detailing for the for the user. So now we have to concentrate on an important thing, which is nothing but if we go to a user like money. So you can see here is only his profile, but he couldn't update. We don't have an edit profile button in here because we didn't log in as money content. Because if we log in as money, then only we can use that profile. Or if we go to Kanishka profile, you can see he has many data like tags watched as well as about. We don't have a specific edit profile button in order to edit this profile. Because if I want to edit this profile, I have to log in as Kanishkar. So if I just log in as Manoj again in here, so we will just log in as Manoj. So now we have logged in as Manoj. If I go to Manoj Kumar's profile, you can see we got an edit profile button in here, which allows us to edit the profile with a simple form. So this form has already has the name as well as about as well as the tags. So we can cancel this to display his tags watched as well as about, as well as he can also save his profile in order to update the tags as well as about. So this edit profile button will appear only the logged in user matches the profile user. So this, so if I just go to another page like Kanishkar, it won't say any edit profile page, or Money it won't show you any profile page, or Elon Musk it won't show any edit profile page. Or if we go to Manoj Kumar's page, it will show an edit profile page because this is mine. So we have to differentiate, we have to provide an edit profile page. So to do that, what we can first we have to check is the current user id matches the specific user. So we have to check current user dot result dot id underscore id matches the url's id. If that's so, what we can do, we can just return something. In here we'll just have a button. So in that button we will just give a type for that button as button, and on click we will be having an event for on click. It's like its name is gonna be like handle switch. So we will just handle the switch between editing a profile form, that profile form and the bio. So we will be having a differentiation between that, so that we will be having on click, and we'll just give a class name which is gonna be edit dash profile dash btn. So first we will write this handle switch function. In here we'll just say const handle switch is gonna be equals to an empty arrow function as of now. So in here first we will be having a font awesome icon which is gonna be equals to f a pen. So we will import pen now. So as of now pen is not being imported, so we will import a pen in the same line like fa pen. That's it. And in here we will be having edit profile keyword. So if we go in here, we have to get a button. So there's no button as of now. So it's like shows like the ID didn't match, but I am inside Manoj Kumar's page. It has to match, but it didn't show. So wait, we will try to first console log this current user in order to see is there something inside this current, current user. So we will go to the console log, we are in that, so it shows like undefined. So we have done, so we have again messed up, we have to do current user reducer, I think so. So if we see, so we got a data, so also we got a button in here. So if I just go to Kumar's page, we don't have that button, so you can see there's no button in here. But if we go to Manoj Kumar's page, we got the button, so which is a pretty cool thing. We can edit only Manoj Kumar's button because we have logged in as Manoj Kumar, we didn't log in as Kumar. So that's what the difference. So we will go to the users page now. So we will, so as of now we will just eliminate this console log, and then we have to write this handle switch. So to handle switch, first we can write the, so we don't want to name it as handle switch, we will just name it as handle edit btn. So handle btn, so we will just leave it as handle edit because we are eventually we're gonna have a cancel button. So to cancel this form, so where we will be using handle, uh, so we don't need an function itself, we will just first have some const use state variables like switch. So we'll just auto complete use state, which is going to be simple, and in here we'll just name this variable as switch, right? So we don't need an initial value, the initial value is going to be false. So when the value is false, the users, the edit profile form will won't display for anyone. When it is true, it will display. So when this edit profile button is being clicked, we will just say set switch off, we will just say false, sorry, we will just turn it true. So now if it didn't show any error, which means our profile is good to go. So it shows an error. So what we can do, instead of doing this like this, we will just have a, we will just have an error function in here. Now it shouldn't show any error, so now it shouldn't show any error, so we can just continue with the with by just styling this profile page now. So after this div, we can just have something like, we will just check the switch. If that switch is now if that switch is now true, we will just display the form, else we will just display the entire bio. So we'll just check switch, if that switch is true, we will just display edit profile form, form like so. And then if it is false, we will just display profile bio, we will just say something like this. Now we have to write two components in order to use the switch. So if the switch is true, we will just show the edit profile form. If it is false, we will just display the bio. So now we will just copy this. We have to write a new file. Just have an RAFC in here. So we'll go to this file now. We'll just copy this name again. here we'll create another file. Shit, we don't want this. We will be just having new file with profile bio.jsx extension. In here we will just have an ROFC as of now. So now we have to import both of this. So we will just say import from dot slash edit profile form and import profile bio from dot slash profile bio. So now if it didn't show any error, our file is good to go now as of now. So first we will concentrate on this profile bio, and then we will move to this edit profile form. So in order to display everything like tags, words and about, we have to first have some use state variables in order to do that. So for this profile bio we will just pass the current profile as a prop, current profile, and we will go to that profile bio, and in here what we can do, we will just open another condition, another ternary operator, that we will just say current profile. So first we have to import this current profile actually. So we don't want to import it, we have passed as a prop. We will just use that. In this we will just check tags. So if this tags is not empty, we will just, if it is not empty, we will just display all the tags inside by having a map function. So first we will be having a h4 tag. We can just say tags watch, and then we will just say current profile dot optional structure dot tags dot map of tag. So tag is a single element of tags. So we will return JSX of p tag with a key which is gonna be nothing but tag. So this should be inside a colon. Key is a unique thing, we have to provide a unique thing. So in the tag we will just have, so in the p tag we will just have the tag individual item of the tags array. So now it should display all our tags if it is available. If this thing is empty, we have to return something like empty p tag with zero tags watched. So now we will go in here. So it's like, since the edit profile is false, it shows the tags watched. So it's like, since it is an empty array, it just displays tags watched and it don't have any tags. So we can just have a condition like, if it triple equals an empty array. So now you can see zero tags watched. So it shows like zero tags watched. So since the tags page equals empty array, it shows like zero tags watched. And then we will be having another. So this is an element which will be written, or this element will be written eventually. So then we will be having another condition to display. So what we can do, we can just put everything inside a div tag. So we can just put these things inside the div tag particularly. So we will open another div tag to display the above details. In that we will be doing the same thing. We will first check the current profile dot about. If it is null, we will just display. We will just return. Sorry. So here, if this condition is true, which means if it equals to an empty array, we don't want to return these things. We have to return this thing. So what we can do to check this condition, we can just say if tags dot length not equals to 0, if tags dot length not equals to 0, which means the error has no elements, we can just display 0 tags. Watch, if it is equal, we can just display these things. So in here current profile, if it has some value, we will return something like an h1 tag, sorry, h4 tag of about and of a type with the title about and the p tag of current profile optional selector of about. So now we have selected, we have displayed about, and if there is an else statement, then we will return a p tag of no bio found, like so. Now you can see 0 tags watched and no bio found. So that's it, we have done with this thing. So if the edit profile is true, those things won't be displayed because we have clicked that edit profile is true. So now in the edit profile we will be having a cancel button. If I click the cancel button, the switch will be set to false, then the details will be displayed automatically. So now we will close, we have done this profile bio. We will go to this user profile thing, and in here we have used edit profile form. So for that form, we will send current users as a prop, because the form is only be allowed for the current user. So we have to pass the current user only in here for the edit profile form. So now we will go to this edit profile form, we will get current user as a prop. So in here first we will be having an h1 tag which just says with the class name of edit profile dash title, with the h1 tag of edit your profile, like so. And then we will be having another h2 tag with the class name of edit dash profile dash title dash 2, and in here we will be having something like public information. So I'm just adding these two headings to just uh, have a look like the exact stack overflow. So that's why we are doing these things. We will be having a public information, and in here we'll be having a form with a class name edit dash profile dash title dash 2. Sorry, we have to I have named the previous class name. Just going to have a edit profile form, and we don't need this action actually, because we will be only using action HTML forms. And then first we will be having a label, and the HTML for could be name, and inside that we will be having a display name, and in here we'll be having an input tag. The type could be text, and value could be name, which is nothing but going to be use state variable which we are going to use. So first let me import use state. So first we will be having a use state variable, and the name is gonna be name. In the set name, I'm just going to have a capital N. So the value could be name, and the initial value could be current user optional selector dot name. Sorry, dot result name, I think so. Dot result dash name. So in here we are just going to have the initial value as the user's name, and we will pass this to this use state, and in here we will just display that. And then we will be having an on change event handler, which is going to be equals to an arrow function of e, and set name could be e dot target dot value. So it just has the value of the input given, and we will just assign it to the name variable. So that's what we are doing in here. And then we will be having another label tag. The HTML for could be about, and the h3 tag could be about me, and we can have a text area for an about me, and the name could be, we don't want name, we will just give a id as about. So because we have given an HTML for as about, and in here we'll just have a value which could be equals to, we'll just remove this name, we don't need that. The value may be equals to an about use state variable. We have to create this use state variable. In here I will just say about, and in here also just say about. This could also be about. And in the on change, so in the on change we could just have e dot target dot value to the set about, and then so that's it with this about of the about of label. So we're just going to have another about, sorry, another label with HTML4 of tags. In here we'll just having an h3 tag, and then watched tags, h3 watch tags, and then we'll just have a p tag with add tags separated by 1 space, and then we will be just having an input, the type of text, and id as about, id as tags, because we have used an HTML4, and we will just give a value. We don't want to give a value for this because since this is an array, it is typical to give a value. We'll just give an on change, which is maybe equals to on change of, we'll just have a callback function with an event e, and we'll just have set tags of e dot target dot value dot split of, since the thing which we have entered in the input tag, which is nothing but a string, we have to separate and split the string with a space, and we will put everything as an array, and we will pass it to set tags. So that's what we have done. We have to create the set tags first. So we'll just say tags, and here we'll have a capital D. We don't need an initial value, we'll just leave it as a string. And now we will be having two buttons to display everything. So now we will just see here, if we go to this edit profile, now you can see we got a edit profile, public information, display name, which is already Manoj Kumar, about me, which is not yet been given, so it is none, and watch it tags, and in here I got add tag separated by one space, and now we have to gonna have a submit button as well as a cancel button to cancel this form. So we can just have input of type is gonna be submit, and the value could be save profile. Just give a capital S in here, and then we'll just have a class name, which is gonna be user dash submit dash btn. We will close this, and then we'll be having a button for cancelling out. We will just have a type, which is gonna be a button actually. We will give a value of it doesn't takes a value, it will just gets a child of cancel, and in here we will just give a class name of user dash cancel dash btn, and that's it, we have done. So in here we got save profile as well as cancel button. So here we'll just give a capital BR, and in here also we can give a BR to just have a break between things. So now everything is one below one, which is pretty cool, but I think this cancel can come this side, so we don't want to give a BR in here. So let me exclude everything. So now it looks cool. So we will now style everything, and before that we will just make this cancel button functional. So to do that we have to get the data from the user profile component as switch as a prop, which is gonna be equals to switch variable, and I think we don't need switch, we will be only using set switch in here. So we'll just have set switch. So we have passed the set switch function, and we will get it in the edit profile form as a prop. In here we will get set switch, and we will use this set switch to have an on click event in the cancel button, and we will have a function in here. We will just have set switch, we will just make it to true or false, we will just make it to false. So now we will go to in here, we will just give cancel. Now the profile has been cancelled. If I give edit profile, the profile is here. So this is how we can make our page dynamic without writing few components. So now we will jump into the CSS part. So as we done a lot of CSS through this course, I'm just going to use the already used CSS. I'm just going to copy paste that and let me explain. Users profile, we will import this users profile every in this page. CSS, so let me copy paste this CSS now, then let me explain. So we're gonna just use everything as same which we have done earlier. So now if we go in here, we will see the magic. So now we got the avatar, we got the name, and we got the birthday symbol as well as joined 8 days ago, and we got no details about that. And we got the edit profile button with the hover of light, slight light little bit of blue shade while hovering this button, and on clicking this we get a nice form in here like edit your profile, public information. We got a single horizontal line in here, and we got a border for this entire form, and we got a display name, and we got every input and text areas with the same length. And this could only be could also be maximizable in any direction. We could just move it down or we could move it rightwards, anything, any side. And we also got a save profile button with a hover of a dark blue. I think I have to give a transition for this and a border radius. And we also got a cancel button in here. As soon as I click this, the forms has been cancelled out. So now let me explain the CSS first. We'll cancel this, and in here we'll start. So what I have done, in the user details container, which is nothing but the entire container, the entire div tag. So in here I have just given a width of 100% and margin top of 50% to get everything below. This is the 50%, 50px. So get below this. So to get everything below this nav bar, sorry. So and display flex and justify content as space between, because I'm just giving a display of flex. So this m and this name are in a same or within a same div tag, and this is a separate tag. So if I just give display flex, everything will be side by side, and if I just give a justify content as space between, these two things will be on one side, and this will edit profile button will go to the other end. So that's what this space between means. So it will put every child to the end. So that's what we have put this entire div tag in this end and this button in this end. So now we will style this separate div or separate avatar as well as this separate name. So this is nothing but the user details tag, and in that we have a display flex and align items as flex start. So since we give a display flex, this m and the name is on side by side, otherwise it will be first the m will be displayed and then we will have the name below that. We don't need like that, we will just put it side by side. And then the username, we have given a padding of 20 px to give a space between this thing. And color for this we have reduced to a little bit of black. I have reduced the black content in this name. And then we got so this p tag is nothing but this icon as well as joined 8 days ago. We have just reduced the black contents in that. And then we got this edit profile button. In here we got a nice button with a nice padding length on the left as well as right as well as top and bottom. So we just give a board padding as well as border radius, background color, and the cursor as pointer and transition. And the edit profile on, however, I am just giving another color which is somewhere in the little bit of blue it has. And edit profile title is nothing but, as soon as I click this, this is the edit profile title. This is edit profile title number 1. So I have just given a margin for this under horizontal length, sorry, horizontal border on the bottom. So you can see horizontal border bottom has been given. And it is like solid 1 px, and it is a bit of black, a little bit of black. And a padding is given on top and bottom only. And this is nothing but the title 2 with a color of gray and a font weight of 40. I have reduced the weight to 40 and the color is nothing but gray. So I have reduced the uh, name in here. So I think this is title 2. I think this is not being applied. We will go to the form, edit profile title 2. We will come here. So it is like tile. So we will just reduce that extra I. So now it became, you can see it has become a little bit of lesser black in it, and the red font weight is also being reduced. And then we got this nice form. We have given a padding on all the sides, so it gives 20 px here, 20 here, 20 here, and 20 on the right. And we have given a padding, a border color, and a border radius. So then we have given the h3 tags for a margin of 0% and a padding. And for the p tags also we have reduced the margin and we have given a padding. And for the input and the text area we have given a padding inside. You can see here's a padding for this text inside. And then we have given a margin, and we have given a border color and the width for them as 50%. So this is nothing but 50% of this entire length. And we have given a submit button color. We have given a background color for that, and we will make this radius to 5, border radius to 5, and we will give a transition as 0.3 seconds or 0.2 seconds. And we got a hover color, hover background color, and we also got a color for text color, and we have given a border color, background color as transparent for the cancel button. And we will give a margin right, margin left, I think. So we'll give a 10 px to have some space between the edit button and edit profile. You can see here is a border radius for this, and we have given a space between this and this cancel button. And now we will just give a cursor as pointer, cursor. Now we will copy this, we will paste it down in here. And now you can see the pointer is now being cursor. So we can cancel the form as well as we can edit the form as well. So now we have done the UI part. So now we have to deal with the backend part for updating this profile. So we will see that in the next lecture. Thank you.